all this while. That is my prayer for every one of us. And I want to plead with us. There's a saying that says that no good things comes easy. Not even getting a scholarship in anywhere, because these scholarships are competitive. A lot of people are looking for what you are looking for. So if you must get this, you must put your best. So I'm appealing to us to look out for our best in our quest for getting this scholarship. And without wasting much of our time, I would like to call up our presenter today. His name is Emmanuel. He's a NAWA scholar. Please, we can mute ourselves, please, so that it will help us to hear. Who is talking? Please mute yourself so that we will hear the presenter. And as others come in, I just want you to take the best position that will help you to grab all you need. You may not, maybe it's not particular for this NAWA scholarship, maybe other scholarships. We have a list of other scholarships that you can try. But the most important thing is that they have the same pattern, similar, let me say similar, because there may be differences, but it is not, it's not huge differences. Once you have developed the mindset to pursue this one, then every other thing will be easy. Every other one will be easy. One thing I beg you is to buy this mindset. If there's any way they are selling it, buy it, because that is what you need to succeed, the attitude. And I pray that we will succeed. So I want us to roll the tape going so that we don't waste much of our time. And he will do the presentation, then we will ask our questions, and whatever direction we are going to do, whatever we are going to do, all we are going to do is that which will help our quest in getting scholarship. All right, Emma, you can take over the floor.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Dan. I really appreciate this wonderful opportunity. Yeah, good evening, everyone. And I'm glad to be part of today's seminar. My name is Emmanuel Makunjola. I'm a graduate of Federal University of Yekiti, and that is where I met this my wonderful mentor. Doctor, thank you so much. I really appreciate this wonderful opportunity. Thanks for your time, your timely advice all the time. It's actually wonderful. Thank you so much. And please, every one of us here, one thing I'm going to say before I actually start presenting the slides is that please, if you have any question, you are free to note them down. And exactly, just note them down, and I'll be glad to answer every of our questions too. Sometimes I might actually ask for feedbacks, like to know if you are hearing me, or if you can see my presentation, please, I would like you to gladly answer me. So let me quickly share my screen. Hello, sir. So I can't share, it's actually disabled. Can you please enable me? Okay. Yeah, can we all see my screen, please? I need feedbacks. Can we all see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Okay. Yeah, just as I've said earlier, my name is Emmanuel Makunjola. Today I'll be just talking about the NAWA scholarship. The W itself is pronounced as V in Polish language. Again, it's the NAWA scholarship, and it's also known as the Stefan Banach scholarship. Previously, it was known as Ignacy Lukashevich scholarship. Of course, we are still going to reach there. So Before I comment, let me quickly just tell you a little about myself. Yeah, my name is Emmanuel Mapunjola. My undergraduate studies, I studied microbiology, and my university, it was Federal University of Yekiti. So currently, I'm having my master's in applied biotechnology. I'm in my last semester, and at Warsaw University of Technology is one of the, all I say, you can't mention the first two top university in Poland, you won't mention Warsaw University of Technology. It's actually a privilege, by God. My hobbies are singing, research, and football. Yeah, many that are connected will know me back then in school. I play football a lot, and also I study too. So my research interest is in antimicrobial resistance, drugs and drug interaction, drug modification, and production. And lastly, I am NAWA 2020 holder and awardee by grace. So, okay, the first thing is that why Poland? I understand the fact that, okay, many of us actually, we want to travel out, we want to actually have our masters in a foreign country, for example, in the Europe. It's actually a good ambition and desire. I must commend that. But why Poland? So the first point I'm going to talk about is the job opportunities, because I believe many would have been like, hope there are jobs there even when we are given, but that is not the main thing. But I just need to actually mention it for us. So the first one, talking about the job opportunities, that is studying in Poland, we open doors to the best companies in Europe, and that is true. And also, while you're studying in Poland, you have the opportunities to embark on a traineeship, internship, studies under the umbrella of Erasmus, Plus program, and others. And that is very possible. Of course, I will explain better later for us. Another thing is the low cost of living. Yeah, in Poland, yeah, actually the cost of living is affordable. It's not that expensive at all. Yeah, it's not expensive, and you enjoy your life here too. Most people believe that studying abroad is quite expensive, but Poland is one of the EU countries that offer economical cost of living without compromising its quality and standard, and that is true. Okay, and the next one, talking about the hospitality, although most people think that Polish people will be hostile due to their official language being Polish, but actually reverse is the case. Of course, that does not mean that there are not racists. There are. Racism is in every European countries or every foreign country, just as we have xenophobia also in our in African continents too. The religion, Poland is one of the most religious country in Europe, and that is true. It is termed as the Catholic country because overwhelming majority, around 7% of the populations, are Roman Catholics. And nevertheless, there is no religious discrimination in Poland. That is true because all other religions, both Islamic, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, they are all practiced here too. Now let's talk about Stefan Banner Scholarship. Just as I've said, it was formerly known as Ignacy Lukashevich Scholarship Program. It is a joint initiative of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the National Agency for Academic Exchange, which is called NAWA, within the framework of Polish development assistance to developing and underdeveloped countries. Okay, so who is the scholarship for? It's actually for the second cycle studies in Polish or English language at Polish University. So what are the eligible fields of study on the field of engineering, technical science, agriculture, and natural sciences. So let's talk about the eligible countries, because I'll be a bit fast here so that we can go to the main part of this seminar. The eligible country itself, I don't need to start mentioning all these countries there. Nigeria is there. I think you can see both in here. So that shows that once you're in Nigeria, you're also eligible for this scholarship. Now let's talk about the required document. The required document is this year, it's just one recommendation letter, your international passport, that is having your name, that is the front page of your international passport that contains your details itself. And another thing is your degree certificate or your statement of result, or if you have notification of result, that is NOR, so is also accepted. Your transcript. Some people might actually be asking that what kind of transcript should we submit? Okay, are we allowed to submit student or the official one? Either of the two. Yeah, either of the two. Either you have the student copy, either you have unofficial itself. Maybe the one you were able to download from your portal. That is also allowed. In as much as, sorry, please, I think in as much as you can upload this unofficial transcript. If you are given this scholarship, you are expected to actually provide the official version of your transcript. So just put your mind at rest. Either you have the student copy, the unofficial, or the official one. They will all be accepted. Another one is the English proficiency letter. That is about English certificate itself, either TOEFL, GRE, IELTS. And if you for example, like countries like Nigeria, which most of our studies is taken in English language, you can actually just walk up to maybe your HOD, the registrar of your school, or your dean can actually write an English proficiency letter for you with the letterhead of your department, or of your faculty, or of your school, properly signed and stamped. And one thing I'm going to talk about this English proficiency to whom it may concern. Reason is that by the time you can use that to apply for this scholarship, and also use that to apply to the university for your admission. So looking at this box here, where my arrow concerning the recommendation letter is pointed to, as regard the recommendation letter, you can't just bring recommendation letter coming maybe from your uncle or it must be somebody that are actually working in any of these part of organization, either from a diplomatic part of organization, either from a consular of Polish embassy in your country, or from non-governmental organization. The last one is the university. So maybe your project supervisor can actually write a good recommendation letter for you. And let me actually lay more emphasis on this recommendation letter, because as you can see, the recommendation letter itself takes 40%, 40% out of 100% of the assessment. And this scholarship itself, just like I was discussing with someone, the person said it's very easy. That is it. Very easy, but itself is easy to apply because it does not require much document, unlike other scholarships. During my time, 2020, there was no need for recommendation letter. It was just, you only submit a master thesis. We submitted a thesis, and we were judged based on that thesis. And the thesis itself that year took 80%, while your grade, that is your first degree grade itself, takes about 10%, and the other one, the remaining 10% was just if you have every document that they ask you, if they are complete. Of course, that is another 10%. But every year they actually change. Like last year, it was 2 different recommendation letter, but this is just one. And last year, the recommendation letter was given 60%, while your first degree grade, your grade, that's your bachelor grade itself, it was 40%. So this year they changed it all around again. So, and if you are writing your recommendation letter, I would like you to refer it to the program coordinator of National Agency for Academic Exchange. This is the address. Of course, just put your mind at rest. This presentation I will try to make it available at the end of my presentation. I will share it with with the coordinator of this seminar so that we can also have access to it. Yeah. I hope, please, I need feedback. I hope you all can see my screen and you can hear me clearly.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
So, okay. Yeah, that's good. So let's talk about, I intentionally removed what the scholarship covers. Like he's talking about the money away from the main this, because people will be like, what of the money? Yeah, but that is not the main part of the scholarship. I believe the main thing is that you just want to leave Nigeria, like, okay, to study abroad, to your passion for education and your crave for knowledge itself. I believe it's what should push you, not the financial aspect. So let's talk about what the scholarship covers. The first one is the monthly scholarship. It covers the monthly stipend of 1,700 and 1,500 PLN. Yeah, the reason why 1,700 is once you are given the scholarship and you arrived in Poland, you'll be given 1,700 every month, an additional 500 PLN for settlement. They call this settlement fee stipend. So this is just for your upkeep during the month. The reason why it is 1,700 is because that time you don't have student status. So some of the benefit that students enjoy within the community, within the country itself, for example, subsidized bus ticket. Maybe you go to some places that students actually have to pay. We pay a subsidized rate. If others are paying something of 100, let's say $100, student might pay something like $20, $30. You understand? So all those benefits might not be there. That's the reason why it's 1,700 PNL. But immediately you start your master's, you're going to get in 1,500 PNL. And I must say this, okay, before I come to that thing I want to say, let me continue so that I won't divert this presentation. Another thing is that you'll be exempted from tuition fee for once you are able to gain admission into any Polish university. You are exempted. That is just simple as tuition fee waiver. You have that, and you'll be given monthly stipend. So other things that the scholarship does not cover, it does not cover your visa processing fee, your transportation to and fro, does not cover that. But once you are in Poland, it covers your stay in Poland here. And I can tell you boldly that this money itself, it's enough for sustenance monthly. Both your accommodation, your insurance, your feeding. There's no how you want to spend. You, even though if you still want to send back home to give to you, of course, you're still going to give to. Although there are scholarships that pay better than this, but once you are in Poland, yeah, as I've said earlier, the cost of living here is affordable, it's not that expensive. So it shouldn't be able to sustain you. So I actually added these links here for important information. Like, okay, for important information, sorry, let me see. Okay, I think I skipped this place. Application itself started since 1st of March and it's going to end 3 p.m. Central European time. And this is the time that Poland are using. And right now, I believe Poland and Nigeria, we are using the same time. But before this deadline, I must mention, please, before this deadline, Poland is going to change their time. And of course, that is the Europe itself will be 1 hour ahead of Nigeria. So it's going to, so if we are 1 hour ahead of Nigeria, that means instead of 3 p.m. Nigerian time, it will be 2 p.m. Nigerian time, 31st of March. Please note that. So that is the reason why it's very good for us to quickly submit our application. Another thing is that the announcement of results is the result is going to be announced July 15, 2022. So that is the day for the good news. by the grace of God. And another thing is that among the links I added in this presentation, you can get important information about it. There's a link to the application form, and I also did like a demo video about the application, how to apply it, and the documents that are needed for you to upload and every other things. So right now, I would like to, I don't know if Dr. is, can we also hear me? Okay, that's good. So this is the link. This is the links to the demo video. So right now, I would like to end my presentation. For any questions, I believe that time we'll be able to navigate through the links and to get other information. So thank you so much once again, Doctor. I really appreciate you, sir.
Thank you thank you so much, Emma, for the simple and straightforward presentation. As we can see, there's no complication here. It is a very simple scholarship process that I believe that everyone that fits in this can, maybe in a couple of days, you can get this application done, except
Yes,
maybe
sir.
the recommendation letter that you are now looking at. How do you go about the recommendation letter? How do you get it?
Okay.
But having said that, this is what I believe that most people can do very easily here. So thank you so much once again, Emmanuel. I
Thank you,
want
sir.
to open up for conversation, for questions, for anything that anyone has to say. Whatever is your question, even if it's not directed to this NAWA scholarship, but there's something that bothers you about scholarship, you want to know about scholarship, I think it's allowed. You can ask your questions. So let me see. There are people that have something to ask, questions to ask. Like he said, we will provide some of this information to us. We will share some of this information or direct us how to get some of this information to you. But that is, by the way, we want to hear you now, what you have to say, your mind, your reactions, your questions. Please, let's hear you so that we'll know how we can direct our help. Thank you. So, but before then, I don't know, Emma, you said that you, in your time, there was no recommendation requirement.
Yes, sir.
So now I'm wondering, you said that the recommendation, probably one has to come from the consular office
Of
and
the Polish embassy in Nigeria.
from the Polish embassy. So that means that anybody that is interested must get a recommendation letter from the Polish embassy.
Yes,
do you
sir.
have ideas how one can go about that issue?
Okay. As regard that of the Polish embassy, I believe they actually just put it there so as just to severe like the scholarship from people. You get what I'm trying to say? Is that they don't want, in order to get access to the consular itself, once you approach them, it's based on your relationship with the consular. So it's something that is not possible. You get what I'm trying to say? Is that exactly? So except maybe if you have connections with someone in the consular, in the embassy. I must be frank with us here. You get me? So they know that, okay, the best kind of recommendation letter you can get based on our level. I know that God is actually lifting us higher. Very soon too, we have someone in the consular too. Is your university, that is coming from your professor, that from your dean, from the HOD, from your project supervisor too. And let me actually lay some emphasis on the recommendation letter. Please, I would suggest that by the time the recommendation letter that you're going to submit, I would suggest that you should be the one that's going to write it. And see, when I think by the grace of God, if I'm able to get some of the recommendation letter that this past year, that's 2021 awardees as well got, I'm going to try to send it to doctor. So maybe he's going to get it across to us. There is a way you're going to write. There is difference between you, like a lecturer writing that a student approached me to write a letter. No, please don't put that inside the recommendation letter at all. It should come like it's with pleasure. You understand? Okay, it's with pleasure. I'm writing on behalf of this student, so and so. And that's the reason why you should be the one that is going to compose the recommendation letter yourself. Please write it in a way that the professor or your supervisor that is going to sign and stamp knows you very well. There's like a mutual relationship. That is what they want to see. They just don't want to see the recommendation letter that, okay, because the student approached me to write, that's why I'm writing. No, it's different from other scholarship. So if it's going to take 40%, it is the content inside the recommendation letter. So you to just look at your recommendation letter and grade yourself that, okay, can I have 40% with this recommendation letter? Please. So that is one thing I'm going to say as regard the recommendation letter, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Having said that, I know some persons, I don't want you to get tired, frustrated with the fact that he says that getting to Polish embassy is like an impossible adventure. It is not. It depends on how determined one is. Everything is possible. Over the time, I have seen that, I have proven that for myself. One thing I want you to believe is that your wins, your successes starts from your mindset. Personally, I was discussing something with somebody some time ago. She shared something and it was looking at, I knew what she was expecting, but my response, after I finished responding, she said she knew that I'm always going to find a way to say that this thing is going to work. That is the approach I take to life. I don't see any impossibility because what will that do to me? Once I view things that it's possible, it opens opportunities within me, as in it puts me in a place to begin to think of how this can work. But once I start looking at how it is not possible, it will make me to close every possible means of trying to engage myself in finding solutions. So that is what I want you to see, that this thing is, no matter how they say it is not possible, it's difficult. It doesn't mean that people are not getting it.
Yeah, people are getting it.
So put yourself in one of those people that will get it. Yes, determination. Like, I want to tell you something. This is the least we can do for you. Like, I knew that a whole lot of people said they're interested in this seminar. I deliberately did not want to send anybody any reminder. It is not for me. It is for people. So if I am sending you a reminder, that shows that
you don't have it.
You don't have the strength or the will to pursue what you say you want to. You only want to, is what we call initial gara-gara. Even if I drag you here, you will not go beyond here. Yes, so what's the essence? So I want you, once you develop that inner strength, getting a recommendation letter from the embassy becomes something simple. Because it will not, you begin to now think, how can I get this thing? How can this thing be possible? And that will put you to searching ways. And before you know it, you'll find that there is a possibility. After all, there are human beings living there or working there. Rather, yes, you can engage them. So that is all I have to say in this. Don't rule out, remove the word impossibility. Remove the word difficult. It could be challenging, but it's possible. If you really want to succeed. This thing is not an easy, It's not something easy that you just walk through. It's not a walkover. It is something you will deliberately engage yourself, your time, your energy, your resources to get. And if you engage all these things, I bet you will get it. There's
exactly,
no
sir.
because like Emma said now, many people maybe hearing this will back out. Many people giving a first attempt and he failed will back out. Now, what happens is that it keeps narrowing, sieving the whole thing until if you are the only few person standing, you will be attended to. You know, they put a structure that will naturally, because if they throw it open, everybody will rush to the embassy. And how would they now choose who to give recommendation letter? So they make it a little bit difficult so that the process itself will do deceiving. So the last man standing will definitely get it. So the question is, will you be the last man standing? And I wish you will make up your mind to be the last man standing. Invest everything you have and you will see it is possible. Thank you so much, Emma. So do we have other questions? I can see some questions and coming up from in the chat section. Somebody is saying, can you share the slide again? So I will want us to probably I will send across, but I need maybe your number or your email or however you got the Zoom link. Just write me so that I will send you the information, even the link where you will watch the presentation again, and also get the other informations. Apart from the NAWA, there are a lot more information that we have for you if you are really interested. You know, one thing is that everybody wants success, but it's not everybody that wants to work out this success. I remember when I posted it, somebody came to me and was asking me which country, which date, all the things that was in the post, that were in the post. The person was asking me one by one. It's frustrating. It's waste of time. That shows that the person is not really serious.
Exactly, sir.
So please, let's ask our question. Say, can someone who studies ceramics under arts order his master's under science and engineering? You can say something before I will.
Okay, sir. Hello, can we all hear me? Okay. Yeah, it says, please, sir, can someone who studies ceramic under art further his or studies under material science and engineering? The one thing I'm going to say is they just like what Dr. just said. Once you hear about the scholarship, the first thing you need to do is to actually have an in-depth knowledge about what the scholarship is all about. We have Google, whereby you can easily ask some questions on Google to get. So as regard this art, okay, someone who studies ceramics under art, the scope of the scholarship itself is directed toward science, technical science, that is technology, engineering, and natural science. So anything under natural science, it's part of it. So and if you are saying material science and engineering is under the engineering department. So you saying ceramics under art, one thing I'm going to say is that you should actually, if you can Google, check Google, you understand, just type it there, like universities in Poland that are going to accept this. Okay, this is the course you want to do. This course, check what are the requirements. Okay, what are the, or maybe for your bachelor degree, what kind of department do they expect you should graduate from? You understand? Maybe for engineering, material science and engineering, maybe you owe something like a B, either B Tech in material science or in any of the engineering department. So that is one thing I'm going to say as regard that question. Except Dr. has another thing just to add more flesh to it, sir.
Okay. One thing about the school here and studies here is that it's not that strict in a way like in Nigeria. You see people from arts move over to science and all of that here. It's that flexible. I may not know about NAWA. Maybe I suspect because you only need your results and the recommendation,
it
could be difficult. But I know in the other scholarship that allows you, gives you opportunity, like you talk about yourself, about statement of purpose and all of that, that will give you opportunity to explain, to give a kind of background, how your art links you up to where you are going. It is very much possible. We've seen people from art move over to health, do their program, get scholarships. These things are interwoven here. So even if the NAWA is not working, there are a lot of scholarship that will work based on your own situation. Is that okay? So Emeka, you can.
Sir, can I say something? Like, okay. Can I just okay? Just like what you just said, sir, that is very true and correct, sir. Of course, to gain admission here, also in Poland, it's very easy too. With your distance, because by the time you're submitting for your for the admission process, you're going to submit your statement of proposals for the university, but not for the scholarship itself.
Okay.
Because so it's very possible that you'll be admitted.
Okay.
In Polish universities that we have here. You get, but I'm talking about the scholarship that is going to fund. You get, but one thing is this: there's not. You can apply. Let me say that I'm actually following the spirit of my mentor here. I think the spirit is actually so you can apply. Application, you don't need money to apply. So one thing is that there's no it's not a bad thing to try. Are you get what I'm trying to say? It is very possible. Please, with your this thing, one thing you just need to know is that if you have your transcript available, you can apply. Also check. This time around, you still need to check Google for the Polish university you would like to go, because during your application, I believe they are going to ask you for which of the Polish university you would like to go and the course. So check Google for the Polish university offering material science and engineering. You understand? I think Warsaw University of Technology is my school also, because it's actually a technology school too. University, it also offers something like this. So you can check Warsaw University of Technology for material science and engineering. So you can apply. It's very possible. Let me say that. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. So it is possible. After all, there's nothing you are going to lose. My belief is that Joy, I see you raising your hand. After now, I want you to talk. So after all, what I'm saying is that you don't lose anything. You can only get two responses: yes or no. And in the process of even getting no, you must have learned one or two things.
Exactly,
that is,
sir.
I believe. It is not like the no is like you are completely defeated. No, it is a learning process. So there's no harm in trying, because it's going to improve your skill in application. Joy,
exactly, sir.
Take over.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sirs. Okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity once again. Yes, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Very well.
Okay, sir. So I have two questions. One is about the first one is about letter of recommendation, I'm already confused. I'm so sorry. I'm already confused. Like, is it like we have to, because I'm seeing here that we have from the from the embassy, and also from non-governmental organization and university. So I don't know. Is it like, because now we're saying now that we need it from the embassy. Me, I was thinking that it's either of the three. I don't know.
Yeah,
That one,
no, okay,
that one on its own. Then the second
okay.
one is about the letter of English proficiency. Is it a must I get it from my university? Can I get from maybe my HOD? Like, is it a must, like maybe my school writes for me, or I can get from my HOD in my school? Those are my questions. Thank you very much.
Okay, sir, can I
Yeah.
answer? You want to say
No,
something?
go ahead, Emma. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. Yeah, concerning the first question, during the presentation, I said either you get any, it's not compulsory that is coming from the consular. They just mentioned that, okay, these are the organizations, sectors whereby we want the recommendation letter to come out from, either from the consular, either from a diplomatic personnel, either from a non-governmental body or organization, or from the university, either of the four. One thing is that the same way they are going to acknowledge that from the consular is the same way they are going to acknowledge that of the university. And one thing about the Polish people is here is that it's transparency and honesty in any of their grading. That is true. Whosoever is going to get a recommendation letter coming from the president of the country, and the person getting the recommendation letter coming from the HOD or from your project supervisor, it's both the two letters actually will be acknowledged with the same value. So don't be afraid. Are you getting it? It will be acknowledged with the same value. So either our president write for you or your project supervisor, it is on paper, it will be scanned. So one thing is that it should just have like a letterhead. You understand? You should have like the letterhead of your
Yes, I
department.
do.
You understand? So that is for the first question. It's not a must coming from the consular, please. Do you get?
Okay,
And
sir.
it's
Okay,
very
sir.
possible
Thank you.
too. If you want to make a move to the consular, it's very possible. Yeah, there's nothing
Okay,
impossible.
okay.
Please. So to the second question, talking about, please,
Uh,
can you just remind me?
yeah, the second question about the English proficiency. Is it a
Yeah,
must I get from university, or from maybe from my HOD in school instead
yes,
of the
I said that
university?
earlier. I said that earlier. Either
Oh,
your HOD,
I'm so
this is
sorry.
just based on priority, either from your registrar, the registrar of your university, either from the dean of your faculty, either from your HOD.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yes, there's just to mention that, okay,
Please,
this
I'm
student
busy.
actually, all our bachelor studies was carried out in English
In
language,
English.
Shikena, stamp,
Okay, sir.
and yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the question. I really appreciate it.
So Joy, I hope your confusion is echoed now.
It is, sir. It is, sir. It
Okay,
is.
so don't worry yourself about going to Abuja or
At all,
Okay,
at all.
sir.
something
The
like that.
same,
Okay,
it's
sir.
the
But
same thing, yeah.
like Emma said, it's important you are part of that recommendation writing,
Yes,
so
sir.
that it will be written in a way that it will have weight.
I am Bami.
Okay, sir.
So please, when you are writing, I don't, whoever
I'm
that you are asking,
busy.
please, who is not talking should mute himself. We want to share the food for all of us. Please, so whoever that is writing for you, be part of that writing so that it will convey the message as you want it to. Okay, like you
Okay,
said,
sir.
we will be happy if you can get us some samples of the recommendation
I
letter
will
so
definitely. I
that
will get
it
it
will
across
help
to you, sir.
people that are interested to draft their recommendation letter.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
there are, Harriet, can you all right come in and ask your question?
Hello. Hello.
Is Harriet here?
Yes, I am.
All
We
right.
can hear you.
We
Okay,
can hear
good
you.
evening, everyone, and thank you for the presentation. Okay, I just want to ask, please, can you share the slide with requirements, recommendation, deadline, and all that? And then I also this slide with information and link. Thank you. The other slide with information and link, if it's possible, can you just copy the link and put on the chat so it's easier to access all the links? Thank you.
All right, like I did say, we will still make available all the information, including the presentation, to all of us, but as we are going to do that later, in my view, have the opportunity, you can also paste the link for anyone that wants to start going through the links now. We'll do that, but we promise to provide some of this information later as you provide us the means to get to you. So iPhone is raising his or her hands. Can you say whatever you have, whether question or comment? iPhone. Hello, who is iPhone? So as we wait for iPhone, somebody say, please, sir, is the scholarship open to all science courses, especially zoology? What is zoology in the sense? I I don't know how to put it. Zoology is the study of animals, and it's part of a STEM. So in essence, you can apply as a zoologist. Myself, I'm a zoologist, so you are much qualified to apply for the scholarship. And someone else is asking 2-1 if he can apply. Why not? What
Please.
else do you need to have in order to apply? So
Please.
you can apply whatever you have. What you need is to have the right mentality. You are qualified to apply.
Exactly,
And
sir.
now, NAWA, is there any grade requirements in NAWA?
Okay. So as regard grade, I can say this, sir, because let me start from during my time, people with 2.2 had NAVA scholarship, 2.2, 3.449 or 3.5,
That's
something like
good
that.
news for a lot
Yes,
of
sir.
people.
They had scholarship, not one, they are up to 5 out of, I think we are about 50 Nigerians that were given. And even HND can apply to NAVA scholarship. Please, if you have lower credit in HND, you have upper credit, you have distinction, please apply. Please apply. So if also that goes across to the university level too. 2.2 can apply, 2.1 can apply, first class can apply. One thing is that your recommendation letter, you get what I'm trying to say itself, we actually go a long way. So your recommendation letter, your transcript, and finally your prayer, because God answers prayer, because that is where this thing is. Because after, I must let you know, during our time, that was when the scholarship actually became popularly known, because the total number of people that applied were 2,586 in number. And out of that number, the reason this year is even better than that of last year. Last year, they actually shared different countries based on slots. So last year, they gave Nigeria 20 slots. During my time, we had the highest number of people. So about 50% of those that were given, because 126 scholarship was given out on 2020. So out of 126, Nigeria, we are about 50 awardees. You understand? So some actually opted for a better scholarship too. You get? So there is nothing bad in trying. It's very good. Please, HND, even College of Education should apply. It's very possible they give them scholarship. Please. if you have people that you can also encourage, please let them apply too. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. iPhone, do you still have question, or you are raising your hand? Or
Question
Bright?
have been answered.
Huh?
Yeah, my question have been answered.
Okay, come bring down your hand. Harriet, if you don't have any other thing, bring down your hand. Then Bright Omuchi.
All right, good evening. Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, based on this in the eligible field of study, which I see
Okay.
engineering and technical science, agriculture and research, and natural sciences. Now, these natural sciences, which are this department does it include? Because if let's say pharmaceutical sciences or medicinal sciences, are they not included too?
Yeah, in that regard, they said exact and natural sciences. You understand? I believe the natural sciences are that of pharmaceutical itself. You're talking that is even in Nigeria is categorized under biomedical. If I'm very correct, sir, you can correct me. You understand? It's categorized under biomedical courses.
Okay.
You get, so any other courses under science, of course, you are applied. I think for pharmacy itself, if you studied pharmacy, maybe either pharmacology, you understand, you can apply to this scholarship. Very possible, you can apply to this scholarship. So you just know that the course, your course of study must be in it. They're actually not talking about the course you study. It's the course you are coming to study here in Poland. It should be within the field of engineering, technical sciences, agriculture, exact and natural sciences, not the
Yeah,
course
that's what I'm
you
saying now.
did during
That's
your
assuming I
undergraduate.
want. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Assuming I want to study pharmacy now, or let's say a department like pharmacognosy or pharmacology. Would they
Okay.
still consider it under science, under the science?
No. That is under medicine, School of Medicine here in Poland.
That means it's not eligible then.
Yeah, for it's not pharmacies. I don't think it's actually categorized under biomedical distance here. But that does not mean you cannot apply to either you can't do any biomedical courses. You can do, but not as pharmacies or pharmacology. This is like a master's study.
Okay.
Do you
All
understand
right.
me? Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you for the question.
All right, Bright. Thank you for the questions. You can also navigate through their website and see the provisions
For
they
more
have there,
information.
because it's sometimes there may be something that a man may have not seen that has been included, because these things keep changing. Like he said, during their time there was no need for recommendation, right?
Yes,
Now
sir. Yes,
there's
sir.
recommendation, there's always a change, so you never can tell. So I encourage you to go through the links and the site. Then there are other scholarships too that you can apply
Benefit from, yeah.
if you are not qualified for this. That is the spirit. So that is by the way. So
Sir.
okay.
One thing I can say in addition to what you just said is that you can even apply to some Polish university, and maybe there is scholarship for that course in that university. They do that very well in Poland here. Maybe for the course you applied to, you understand, you can reach out to the international office there. You can ask that, okay, will there be scholarship for this course? I want to apply. I am this. They are going to get back to you. That one is very sure. So there are courses for ordinary. There are scholarship for ordinary courses in Poland here. That is what they're going to give you, just like something like tuition waiver. They're going to waive all the tuition for you. So just know that by the time you come in, that is another type of scholarship. But this one, you won't be given any stipend at
Very
all.
much.
Thank you.
All right. Before I let Agent Emmanuel to ask his question, I just want to let you know that getting this thing, scholarship or all this is not for the faint-hearted. It's something that when you get it, your whole life will change. I'm promising you that, but it will not be easy. But your whole life, everything about you will change. I have a story of somebody that was graduated and was running up and down. They promised him as a graduate assistant in the university, running up and down to get them fulfill their promise. I encourage him, why not try looking for scholarship and all of that? He committed everything. It wasn't easy, but he fought and he got it. After some time, I asked him to know if he remembers that he was going up and down to get graduate, and he was not telling me how another thing altogether, what he wants to do in Europe. He has forgotten that thing. Maybe no one go Nigeria again. I don't know. So what am I saying? It will not be easy, but once you put your all, avoid distraction. For me, when I wanted to leave Nigeria, I remembered I wrote all the universities in Canada. There's a program I was to apply. I wrote them from province to province, like state to state, list all the university. I wrote all of them email.
Wow.
Asking for something. And the replies were coming, I was corresponding with all of it. Was not easy, but because there is a will, a determination,
yes,
and it will always work out. So we must avoid a certain distractions to focus, and this thing is possible no matter your state now. What matters is not where you are now. What matters is the mentality, the attitude.
Yes.
You will get there. So, Emma, are you ready? What do you have to say? Emmanuel.
Good evening. Good evening, Doc.
Okay. Good evening.
Yes, Nigerian factor. I'm really having a serious network challenge. I might be talking now and it will get interrupted.
Don't worry, just go ahead and talk. Maybe Holy Ghost will interpret the rest for us when we are cut off.
Okay. Please, I must commend you for your good works, trying to assist some of us down here who wants to have a bigger dreams to fulfill. But my question is, but just like someone who studied business administration, is the person qualified to apply?
Yeah, for the scholarship, actually, to apply for NAWA scholarship, yes, they can apply, but that does not apply to Nigeria. It's on the portal, but does not apply to Nigeria. We are hoping that maybe next year, of course, just as I've said earlier, that they changes pattern. But within Polish universities, there are scholarships for business education. Please, it's a thing that you can just check some of these Polish. Polish universities say there are fundings for some of the programs that they have. Sometimes they can just declare that, okay, data science for like up to 10 different universities. That was the way they did it in year 2020 and 2021. It was declared that data science program for about 10 different universities was free. Tuition waiver. So both your application fee and this thing it only require your application fee, but the tuition fee actually was waived away. So one thing I just want to agree with the mind is that, of course, there's nothing bad in trying, but for now, like if you maybe you are having like some of your transcripts might be in business education, but you want to do something in science or maybe something related like that, I can tell you to apply, to give it a try. You understand me? But for now, just like what's this on their website, Nigeria is not included. That is, if you want to come and do your master course in any business administration, under business administration, but if it's under science, technology, engineering, and natural science or mathematics, you can apply. So if you know that you have something in business education or business administration, and you feel like doing something related to mathematics or these things, you can actually come in. I believe once you are in Poland here, you're going to, I trust you, you're going to love the environment, you love everything. And if it's very possible, you can change your this thing. Once you know that you're already in the system, you'll be able to find your way out. I think that is one thing I'm going to say in that regard. Thank you.
So,
Sorry.
okay.
Okay.
Continue, ma.
Okay. The thing is, I don't know how possible it is to migrate from business administration to science courses if they have such a provision. You know, for instance, like in Nigeria, it is not easy to just change your course of study like that to another entire faculty altogether.
So it is very possible. Just like
Okay.
I think Doctor has answered this question earlier. You understand?
Okay.
It's very possible, sir. In the sense that, for example, maybe if you be applying to the universities here, maybe after you apply for the scholarship and you're given, you understand, and you want to apply, you're going to write the statement of purpose. There you'll be able to align your current field to your next field that you want. Like, okay, how you really, your passion about the course you're going for in science, under the science field. You get what I'm trying to say? So there's nothing bad in swapping from your previous department to this one. It's very possible.
Okay.
It's only in Nigeria that I think Nigeria, but I don't know about the private university whether they allow such, but yeah, in anything abroad, yeah, it's very possible. In as much as they can, you make them feel from your that statement of purpose or this is that, okay, this person, let's give this person a benefit of doubt.
Okay, so for instance, if I decide now to go into agricultural sciences,
yes,
will it now be like my second degree or master's?
Yeah, that will be your master's degree. So that is what you studied. And the scholarship is for master's, not for undergraduate level or for PhD.
Yes.
For PhD is maybe the person just, of course, there is for PhD, but not generally for people studying already in Poland. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
In essence, there is possibility here. If you can, they value your skills. It's not all about certificate. They are looking at your skills and what you have contributed to the community, to the society. So if what you are looking to study, you're already doing something in line with that, they will really appreciate it. So, but the point is, make up your mind. Like he said, it may not be this particular scholarship. There are so many scholarships. It's all about searching and looking out for. If they say they are going to waive school fees,
tuition,
and other things, will you not struggle to get yourself something? And of course, once you get there, you are permitted to work certain hours,
yes, sir,
make up and to pay up the rest. So there are these provisions, not just in Poland, but across the Western world. But the point is, are we ready to sit down to look out for this, research about these opportunities and give it a try? So it is important we are not just, even though we are doing NAWA scholarship now, but we want to speak to us generally that we develop this attitude, get out there, spend your time looking out for opportunities. And it may not be in Poland, it may not be in, it's just that they are fighting in Eastern Europe. It could be in Eastern Europe, and Poland is even closer to that. I hope it's
exactly, sir. Yes, sir.
That place. But
there are neighbor here.
Yeah, it could be any of those places, because I think in Eastern Europe it's easier to get. Now, but that will now open a wider opportunity for you to now get anywhere across the Western world.
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
you
Yes,
can
sir.
look at, it could be Turkey, it could be Cyprus, it could be anyway, just search schools. You could be looking out for professors that have scholarships, just search. You can write schools. One thing is that it's not like the Nigerian attitude. Maybe you write a school, they won't even
reply. They won't even read the message.
But you can write and they will respond to you. Your inquiries
Yeah,
and
within
all of that.
48 hours, they reply your emails.
The attitude and the respond. That is just my point. So who are the ones raising hand before Joy Techno Spark 4? After you then Joy Techno Spark 4. Or if you are not ready, Joy, you can answer your question.
Okay, sir. Yes, talking about other universities, like I want to ask, is it wrong to have an orientation that no, I want a full scholarship? I don't want I don't want to stress my like maybe when I get over there, I don't really want to stress. I just want to focus on my academics. Like I don't want any stress. I just want a full scholarship. Is it wrong to have that?
It's not wrong. It is about mindset. If you believe that this is what you want, and your mind is made up, I believe you me, you will get it. That is how it works, because that your mind is made up is going to push you to do whatever you can to get what you are looking for. So what I'm saying is that our level of grace differs. Our level of mental whatever differs. Is not the way you are strong mentally that the other person is strong mentally. It differs. It could be you may have the time to wait and do what is necessary to get the full scholarship, whereas the other person is saying, I just want to get something, even if it's a little waiver I can make up, I will just what I want. But it's not wrong to have such an attitude. What I believe is that even is scriptural. It's done unto us according to our belief. So we are dealt with according to our belief. Your belief is not wrong, as long as it's putting you at work. Not like daydreaming. I want full scholarship. You now go and relax.
Sir, can you meet this person? Okunko Noso?
So it's not wrong, so long as it's making you to do something. Please have it, you can get it. But for the rest,
so I don't know if maybe I can share a little of my distance. I think that will actually motivate a lot of people.
Okay, sir.
My career for scholarship started since secondary school. See, there's this scholarship, the Chinese government scholarship. So I applied then, 2010, when I was done with my secondary school. So 2010, I applied. We were told to get a sort code from the Chinese embassy. And when I got to the embassy very early that morning, so I woke up to I think that the secretary, they're attending to people before they moved them to the consular office. So I told the lady that I am here for this Chinese scholarship, that I'm here to receive the sort code. What will I say? The kind of embarrassment she gave to me that day. No, I can say that maybe God actually used that to actually push me forward, that until I get a scholarship, I'm not going to let down. You understand? She told the security man to walk me out of the embassy that day. So since that time, I said no. My first international passport was in 2010. my savings, I told my dad to give me a little money. I was very young then. That was when I started my scholarship application. So that time I write it down in my diary that because of what this woman did to me, I will make sure I have a scholarship at all costs. Let me cut down this long story short. I believe even Dr. here can bear me witness. During about 201, after the class, I walk up to him, sir, please, how can I get scholarship? It was this same thing he told me there that, Emmanuel, you just go to Google, send message to many lecturers, and I keep doing all those things. There were no response, despite I was in school then. Then when I got to 400 level, together with the help of Dr. Modeli, who was in the HOD of biochemistry then, I was just fascinated about bioinformatics. And one thing was that we were unable to do that course successfully in the school because I don't want to say anything. So because of that actually increased my passion for scholarship, that anything about informatics, any course that's going to involve bioinformatics, you understand, I'm going to learn. So during my service year, COVID, there was COVID. So I started applying. I used my Alawi. I must let you know, during that time, it was 1980, we collect. I used my Alawi, most of my Alawis to apply for application fee. Even during COVID, I got a scholarship in Italy. It was during those times that the number of cases in Italy actually skyrocketed. Then my daddy said, no, I can't go to that place. You understand? I got some, they gave me admission, no scholarship, no this thing. I refused to give up. Then this NAWA scholarship, I will just let you know, I just applied to this scholarship like the way you are getting this information. I got this about NAWA scholarship 3 days to the deadline. And I just pack up my undergraduate thesis. I just tried to modify some topics and this in the topics and everything. And that was what I submitted 1 hour before the deadline. Of course, I won't advise you to do that. I'm just telling you when I got the information. Of course, I applied to scholarships in Canada and I got admission. Of course, you pay an application fee, even in US. So I can just say that there are several this thing. I call this love letter. I don't call it rejection letter. Because by the time I see the message, boom, boom, I just say, hey, this one love letter has come again. But all these things, I refuse those things to weigh me down. Sometimes I will be down and tired, but there were motivations coming all around. And I just believe that there is nothing impossible with God. There is nothing impossible. There is nothing impossible. See, don't always, if the thought comes to your mind that, what if you don't have this scholarship? Immediately reply the thought. That is what I always do. Immediately reply the thoughts that, what if I have this scholarship? What will you do? Are you getting it? Reply that thought, but you see that the thought will be silent. That is a way you can actually silence that kind of voice of failure. That's something that you've started, you're about to complete then. And let me let you know something. Once you are about reaching that, the top place, that is when the testimony is very near, that is when it will seem that everything is, nothing is working, my dear. Everything's actually working in our favor. So please, just brace up yourself. You understand? With the faith, there's nothing that is impossible. I can say that. Even when we were given the scholarship, we were denied visa twice by the Polish embassy. But the way God did it, let me share the testimony here so that everyone can also get that. We were denied visa the first time. It wasn't that they were not aware, or they didn't send them the list of the awardees of 2020 NAWA scholarship. They had the list with them. They denied us. The second time too, it was denied Friday evening. I can't forget that day. That day I look up to the sky, water filled my eyes. I was like, God, what is happening here? That kind of state, I could not eat. I could not, but there was just a program overnight, and I just attended the program with faith. There are some kind of faith you push yourself, like, let me just stay there. And that is something that actually God is looking at in us. It's changed. It was rejected on Friday. Before 8 a.m. How God did it, I don't know. How God did it. Before 8 a.m., we received a call that the negative decision has been changed to positive. Before 8 a.m. on Saturday. And on Saturday, embassy does not open on Saturday, on weekend. So there is nothing God cannot do. I'm telling you this. The main thing, doctor have said it all, and part of what I've just said is believe this thing is possible. I don't have to add. I'm also a woman. Are you getting it? It is possible. It is possible. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Mado.
Thank
All
you
right,
so
sir. No
much,
problem, sir.
Emmanuel. This is always the part of stories I like listening to in every success story. I always like to wait at the point where the person struggles the difficult and challenging times, because that is what I need to survive, to keep pushing. That is what you need. They said if you have like minds, it will sharpen you. If you discover that this person had passed through this route, it will encourage you to do all to also pass. If you're only looking at he's successful, you try and fail once, you may just say, nah, I don't think I can get there. But if you know about the person's struggle, there's a way it strengthens you. And that is even more the essence of what we are doing, to share this story to strengthen your heart, that this person didn't just get there. There were fights and struggles. Some of you have maybe only two rejections, or even one. Even some just thought of rejection, you are not doing anything. Or somebody is telling you that he started application even from secondary school, rejection up and down, and is because of the inner drive. So please don't give up. Build this momentum. Get encouraged. And how do you get encouraged? Surround yourself with this kind of information, with this kind of message, with this kind of people. Not after, there's a way, maybe if you spend much time gossiping, it will keep pouring water on your motivation. Please, I do beg you to, please, it is possible. It's not just about the information you shared here, but more of the encouragement. Please, part 4. Your questions. Part 4, I thought you are raising your hand. Do you have any other questions, or we try to conclude? Any other question? So statement of purpose is not among the requirements. Okay, Emma, the scholarship, do you get admission first, or how is it done? Somebody is asking about statement of purpose. You mentioned about when you are applying for admission, statement of purpose. Do you?
Okay. No, well, if you're applying for the scholarship, you don't need statement of purpose to apply. Just your international passport, your transcript, your statement of result, or your certificate, that's your BSc certificate, or notification of result. And I think it's also required, let me confirm that quickly, please. And your certificate of English proficiency. So this what really happened. There are 2 intake in Poland. We have the winter and the summer. So for the winter intake, it comes up during October 1st. So application starts towards the end of summer break. That is around June, July, August, September. That is when the application starts. And these scholarship results will be out by July 15. So if you are coming for the summer intake starts by February. Just like we had for those that were given the scholarship last year, some came for the winter, some came for the summer intake too. So it is when you are applying to your university, after you'll be given the scholarship, then you can you're going to submit your motivation letter. I believe even on the website of that university, they will tell you the required document that is needed of you to upload or to submit on the application system.
So basically, the first thing is to apply for the scholarship.
Exactly, sir. Exactly, sir.
So I hope this question is answered. Do we have any other question or comment on this? Any other question or comment? So,
yes, sorry, I have one question, please.
Okay.
Yeah, my question is, yes, after now, what other step will you be guiding us to make our dreams come true? Then secondly, sorry, it just escaped my memory and it's an important question. Maybe when I remember, I will ask it again. After now, where do we begin?
Okay. Doctor, you want to say something, sir?
Well, if you have something to say, I will say something later.
Okay, sir. Yes, you need to start your application. You understand? And the way they make the application is very easy. If you, there is a place you can save what you have actually done so far, and the application system itself is time limited. That is, you are expected to complete all the application within 1 hour. So they know that sometimes some people might not be able to complete the application within 1 hour. You can check the demo video, the links. I'm going to share this presentation and or maybe I'm going to drop the links on the chat too for those that really want to get. But this presentation will be made available to everyone. So that is just it. You start your application, you can see the video, follow the video, and check online. Even the application process is very easy. And please, I would recommend you use Google Chrome and translate from Polish language. Translate your website page from Polish to English so that you can understand. You get me? So that is it about the application right now. And I believe you can also reach out to your mentors and people you know that can write a good recommendation letter for you. Please write it yourself the way you want. You know, okay, for example, if let's see ourselves like in a scientific conference, before a presenter actually present, they're going to say a lot of things about the person, so and so. So see yourself like that and begin to write yourself out the way you want. So this is what really happened. Present yourself inside the recommendation letter the way you want them to see you. Let them talk about your past leadership role. Talk about your community roles, that things you've done. If you have been in any leadership position before, mention it there. And also in the recommendation letter, every of your achievement, make it to be calculative enough. For example, okay, maybe I led a group of maybe 20 people and I achieved 98% success. Let it be there. All those success. Don't just say that my tenure was good. No. Let them be able to actually visualize what you're trying to say in the recommendation letter. So maybe, okay, I was the president of this, I was the prayer coordinator in my fellowship, handling so and so the prayer and the dissing. And during our time, we had increase, maybe 20% increase during your time, or 40% increase due, and you talk about the dissing. And the place here even is a Christian country. You understand? That is, but as anything regarding a religious conflict is not here. They actually allow other religions to also practice their stuff here. Just mention even up to class captain. Let them know. If you can bring them from your past to your present, talk about your academic abilities too, your research, your research ability. If you have any paper, note it down there. Say many things about yourself. You understand? Just say many good things about yourself. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So,
Okay, sorry.
continue.
Basically, going to get an international passport or the transcript from my school is not actually the first step, but to start writing applications to the correct website.
No, yeah, you start your, okay, sir, say something, sir.
The point is that if at this point, now, like he said, application is timed. When you start, you have a limited time. What it means is that you're supposed to have all these requirements handy for upload. So like whether it's statement of result or certificate or letter of recommendation, everything is supposed to be ready, that you ready for upload. So anyone you don't have, that is the first thing to do within this time to get them.
Yes, sir.
The application is not what will take days to do. It is something that takes 1 hour or less than 1 hour. So you have to get all these things ready. So that is the process.
Wow.
Is that clear?
It's clear, sir. But sorry, something like the international passport.
Well, if you don't have international passport now, or you have expired one, I doubt if you can make it this one.
Yes, sir. They can actually, if you have your national ID card, you can use that. Because one thing they are looking for on the international passport is your identification number to show that this is the identification number of this person. But during our time, it was mentioned then. But I think you can upload that for during the assessment. Because once you submitted, after you submitted your application, after the first, there are just 2 levels of assessment. The first one is substantive assessment, checking through your document, maybe all these things are valid. There is a way they will validate every document you upload. They have that kind of system, you get. So once they validate that and that is correct, you pass through the first one. So the second stage is the final decision. You get. So you can use that, but I don't really want to say national ID card or an identification card. The reason is that many that want to do their international passport, we actually find like a solace not to do that again, and they want to draw back. You get what I'm trying to say? But what they mentioned even online itself is international passport. Do you get it? So, but you can use the national identification card. Thank you.
Okay, I'll give it a trial with the national identification card since I'm not yet ready with the international passports. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So I don't know if we have any other. I want to believe that most of us will apply for this. I think the assessment, I think a recommendation carries 40% of the mark, right? The grade.
Yes, sir. 40%.
And
yes,
your certificate, 60%.
Yes, sir.
So I think this is very simple and easy. What you should be worried about now is how to get the best recommendation letter. And I think maybe the easiest place could be your university, isn't it?
Yes,
maybe
sir.
Your HOD or your supervisor, depending on who you think you have a good relationship with, that can allow you to put a draft of what you want, because like he said, is the recommendation letter they want to score, and
yes,
what is the information you put there they are scoring. So it is like they are giving you opportunity to market yourself. Those little things that you did, if you know how to package them, in Nigeria we will understand the word package.
Yes, sir.
Package them very well. You are selling yourself. You are a marketer now. because
sir.
that is where the assessment, of course, you cannot change anything about your certificate or your results, but that's your recommendation letter. You have 100% right of authorship.
Yes, sir.
Can
Yes, sir.
edit whatever you like there, please. This is, like I said to him, I think this is one of the easiest scholarship application I have seen. So if you can meet up with this, I don't know which one you will meet up with. So start thinking of the person, even as you are thinking of the person that you can, because I know, you know, Nigerian system is somehow, I don't know, there are some person you approach, they will not even want you to give them the draft. They want to write that. But I know a number of person will allow you to give them what you want them to write. They can only edit maybe the grammar and all of that. So, but start drafting what you want, that market you are selling yourself now. Start drafting that product.
Yes, sir.
Please, it's very important. So
Yes.
I like I said, we will provide every other information. I want you to reach out to me. However you got the link from me, reach out to me so that I will send you the links and the other informations apart from this NAWA scholarship. There are other scholarships and the information that you need to know, and also we need to know about you and your intentions and even this presentation. So we'll be hoping that you send it to us so that we will get across to you. We want to get across to as many as possible that are willing. We are not mindful of what the Nigerian system has become presently, and whether we are here for scholarship or here for maybe JAPA, it's not, yeah, it's nobody's business. If anybody in that condition wants to take advantage of this, and believe you me, people that are doing it, they know. Once you get over there in the name of scholarship, they give you opportunity to work, and there's opportunity to stay if you after working, because
even after your master's,
after training you, so that you also add value to their system, so they are aware of that, those intentions. So, but what I am begging you is to be determined to do this, is to be willing to go extra mile, is to be willing to do what is. There's one thing I don't joke with listening to people that made it, are making it in life, especially the stories of their struggle. That is what I do. And when I go to anywhere I go to, whether social media, because one thing I learned when I had the idea of what I'm going to do, I remember the day I met somebody, former minister of Easy Aviation now, FRS boss then, Osita Chidoka. There's one thing he told me. He said that successful people, I remember it was 1st of January 2018, in somewhere in the US. He said that successful people, they are producers, not consumers. And he tried to explain that to me, that if you want to be successful, try to be a producer, not a consumer. He explained it in different ways, like even in social media. How many times have you seen all these people make a post and come and be struggling in comment section? They don't even read what we comment about. They don't even read our reaction. They just come and dump their thoughts for us and go away. And we are struggling to consume what they have produced. We are struggling to know the latest gist in town. Honestly, when I was doing my master's, I was one of the roadside paper readers. So my house was close to the market. So every time I go out to read paper, I will now be watching the gist and all of that. Honestly, they are a waste of time. One thing he asked me, he said, all this news that we have read over time, over this gist, has it changed anything? What has he offered us? So it's better. What I'm trying to do is to redirect our thoughts and how we spend our time. It's very important that anywhere we spend most of our time influences our mindset, our personality, our drive. If we spend more time with people that talk about scholarship, about admission, about success, before you know it, it becomes part of your life. You will talk about it and you will look for information about it. In fact, you will become a pro in it. That is life. But if you spend more time with people that are less interested in this thing we are dealing with, you will soon lose interest. Please, I beg us in the name of God. We are always here to support as much as we can, to provide the help, the leadership as much as we can, to as many that are willing to do all they can in order to succeed in this. So with that, I think we have come to the end of this seminar for today. And we are hoping to provide more of these seminars, because for me, while we do seminars, it's not just about information. Anybody can get this information online if you try. What Emmanuel is providing, actually, you didn't walk up into any office to get this. It is online, you got it. So that means that
Yes,
whether you are in Nigeria, whether you are in Afghanistan, whether anywhere you are, you can access this information. But why we come to this kind of gathering is because we want to get motivated. We want to get sharpened. We want to also get our questions answered if there are some information we are not clear about. And we want to hear from people that have gone this route to guide us. So that is why you must avail yourself the opportunity of attending such seminars. It keeps your motivation high. Thank you once again. And like I said, provide me the contact information on the means at which you got the link, so that I will get across to you. I want to remain in contact with you, want to provide the support. So it's very important you do that, so that we carry on from this. We guide you through this particular scholarship and many other scholarships we have already in stock for you. And God will grant and reward all our efforts with success.
Amen.
In Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen.
So I think that we have come to the end of this seminar. Emma, once again, I am happy and I appreciate you giving
Thanks
us
so
your
much, sir.
time and the presentation. And at least I'm happy that you
I'm glad to see you, sir. It's been a long year. I'm glad to see you.
and forth from those days in Fuye, you
Yes, sir.
remain resolute until you got to this place. I know you will go higher places.
Amen.
Maybe from there you
Amen.
want to remain in Poland, or you go to US, North America, anywhere the door
Yes,
is
sir.
wide open. Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much. And for the rest of us, thank you for being here. And door will open as you start doing the right thing. It's already
Amen.
you will see your own success story. Send me the link and you will receive all we have for you. Thank you once again and have a good night.
Yeah, good night,
You too,
everyone.
sir. Thank you so much,
Thanks
sir.
so
Good
much.
night. Take care.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless you.